part 3 of my epilepsy journey. So, as you can guess, I got my results of all clear on the Friday. I went out on the Friday night celebrating. I went also out on the Saturday night celebrating. Now, it was quite a late night, both nights, and I can't remember whether I was working that particular weekend or not. I might have had that weekend off, but I was definitely working on the Monday because I went to work, normal day, felt normal. Then got home and I was in the bathroom having a wee, as you do, and I felt weird. I can remember feeling weird. Now, this is the weird bit of the second one. I can remember feeling a bit weird and then my eyes closing in. And then I obviously passed out, had another seizure. And because I passed out in the bathroom, I'd hit my face there on the edge of the shower unit. And so that part of my face sort of cut right open and there's all blood down here. So my brother was there and I said, look, I think it's happened again. And he called an ambulance. They took me to hospital, hooked me up with the same sort of stuff that they hooked me up with initially, with all the monitors around my body and stuff like that. And they did a couple of tests there and then. And I think the difference was the tests were there and then while things were still happening. And they found that there was activity in my brain, basically. And that they confirmed that there was a seizure that was happening. They got some guy, I got a plastic surgeon, funnily enough, to do my face there. So there's still a light scar there, but, you know, as they said, oh, everybody loves a scar. I mean, it was like down here, it was like something out of a pirate film or something. But anyway, I had the tests done. They confirmed that there was a seizure that had happened. And they let me go late in the evening once they were happy that all my vital signs had calmed down and that I was safe to go home. So I went home. As before, a letter then came through the post saying, you've got to come back for this test, this test, this test. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So this time round, it was CT scan again, an MRI, and another EEG, I think, and then a couple of other little minor tests. The EEG they did again, didn't create another seizure, but the MRI confirmed that there was, you know, activity in my brain that, you know, suggested that the epilepsy kind of diagnosis was correct. So I went through all those tests, went back like however many weeks later it was to the consultant, and I sat down with him and he went, hello. I went, hello. He said, you've got epilepsy. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, the bedside manner was non-existent, but, you know, he's not there to be nice, is he? And he was like, right, okay, go and see the nurse next door and she'll sort everything out for you. And I was like, okay. So I went next door, saw the nurse, and she said, okay, so the consultant's done a prescription called Tegretol for you, and you will take this every single day, one in the morning, one in the evening. It's a slow release tablet, and it will keep at bay any excess buildup in your brain of the stuff that causes the seizures, basically the seizure was there's an increase of a fluid within your brain, and it gets to a certain point, and then it gets too high, and then it kind of sets off a bunch of electronic little impulses around your from your brain around your body, and then it basically shuts down your brain just for a split second. It's weird, but that's what it is. And it's not catching, so don't worry about it if you find anybody that has it or anything like that. Quick swig of tea, yummy. And the medication that I started taking. It was absolutely fine for a long time. I think about 10 years or so. But I was getting odd, like kind of mini seizures. So the big seizures, the tonic-clonic ones, stopped there and then. That was it. That was the end of them. I haven't had one since, which is absolutely good news. But I was getting little ones. So if you or somebody with epilepsy, about those little kind of like the visual weird things going on, and the times when you kind of lose your it's not lose kind of consciousness or anything. It's just you lose concentration and you're like staring out into oblivion. It's that and then you come back. It's really odd. And someone could be talking to you and they go, "You're right." And you click your fingers kind of thing. And then like, "Oh yeah, what? Yeah, what?" And it's just a weird, quick kind of you're just not there. It's weird. Anyway, so I had a couple of those over that long period, about 10 years. But towards the end of those 10 years, they were, getting more frequent, put it that way. And what I was afraid of was if I was driving, for example, and I had one of those, that's asking for trouble, obviously. So went to the doctor and I said, "What are the other options?" And he said, "Try this one called Epilim." And Epilim was and still is my drug, my medication that manages it. So I don't get any big seizures at all. I very rarely get the ones where you're kind of looking out into oblivion, which is good news, but it's very rare. I do have another condition which causes the risk of epilepsy and the epileptic issues to be higher, but I've got all that managed at a level where the epilepsy is, okay. It's still within a good threshold that, we can live with and get on with. So that brings us up to date with where I am now. I'm seizure free, which is great news. I, still take medication and probably will be for a long time. I had a review with the neurologist about 2 years ago or something like that. Did a quick EEG and he said, "Nothing's changed, carry on." That was it. So yeah, things will probably still stay the same. I can't see any change in it going forward. So that's kind of been my journey, but I'm happy to answer any questions whatsoever that you've got. If you're interested to know about anything, medication, the seizures themselves, diagnosis, MRIs, the whole lot. Completely open about things. So ask away. In the meantime, if you're okay with this sort of content and you're happy to, subscribe and that sort of thing, I'd be really, really appreciative if you could. Check out my other videos as well. I've got loads of them on there. In the meantime, have a lovely Christmas and au revoir.